How about them Cowboys?
Angry Cowboys fan, born to battle. Star on our chest means we never sell. America's team through thick and thin. When the star shines bright, that's when we win. Angry Cowboys fan.
What's going on, Cowboys Nation and angry Cowboys fans around the world? Y'all know who it is. It's your man, the Angry Cowboys fan. And Cowboys Nation, my apologies for getting this out so late. I had to take my wife to the hospital for a surgery and had to spend the whole day down there. It was a 2-hour drive. Had to go down there, had to do the husbandly thing and, be there for my wife whenever she got out of surgery and recovery and everything. Y'all throw some prayers up for my wife. She did very well during the surgery, but there's a little bit of soreness. But we back at the crib, and actually while I was down at the hospital, I was watching YouTube and I came across 105.3 The Fan, K&C Masterpiece, and their interview with Stephen Jones, and it almost made me crash the hell out, Cowboys Nation. One thing that the guys on that segment didn't do, they didn't pull any punches when it came to talking about Matt Eberflus. So we're going to take a listen to the 3 clips that I got for y'all, then y'all know what we're going to do. We're going to come back and unpack this raw and uncut. Pardon the quality of the audio, by the way. That's on Stephen Jones's side. It sounds like he's at the monster truck rally for some reason. But anyway, angry Cowboys fans, let's go ahead and take a listen to the bullshit Stephen Jones said.
I have to admit I was surprised by the lack of pressure from the Cowboys and maybe the lack of blitzing, especially since it was so effective early with that interception. What did you think about the blitzes and pressures that the Cowboys defense put on yesterday?
Well, obviously we didn't get a lot of pressure on him, and he was able to make plays, and we've got to continue to look for better ways to do it. I mean, we're, giving up a lot of points, and you are what Coach Parcells used to say, you are what you are, and we rank at the bottom of the league in terms of our defense. And, it's obviously something that we're not at all satisfied with, and something we've got to continue to chop wood and get better. I mean, we're not mathematically eliminated from the playoffs, so we've got to, even if we were, we'd go to work each day and get better. And, not only is this about this year, but it's about seeing what we're going to be about in the future.
We are not mathematically eliminated from the playoffs. This is the delusion that Stephen Jones is sitting in right now. The delusion, we got to go out there and chop wood. Come on, man. Y'all got to chop wood. And the wood that y'all got to chop is Matt Eberflus. He needs to be done with the Dallas Cowboys. Let's go ahead and jump into the second clip because I want to get into this raw and uncut a little quick tonight.
I was kind of curious, Stephen, do you feel like the defensive coordinator has all the tools he needs at his disposal, or do you think he could still use some more for this defense to be more overtly effective?
Hey, this will obviously be something that we evaluate in the offseason. At this. So, we've gotten better, from a personnel standpoint. And thought we were really turning a corner. Obviously, we played a really good offensive football team in Detroit, and that was tough. But to have 10 days, and it's not just the defense, it's offense and special teams. To have 10 days to get prepared, play a home game against Minnesota, we're certainly not satisfied with, how we played that game. And I think Coach Schottenheimer said it best. It's from the top down. That includes starting at the very top with Jerry and myself and Will and our coaching staff and our players. We just to have 10 days to get prepared. We didn't do a good job.
You're right, Stephen Jones. It does start at the top and it goes down. And you need to be looking at your owner/GM and your partial owner and your partial GM, which means you have to take accountability for how this damn team looks. You have to take accountability for how the defense looks and how every team and they mama is going out there and scoring more than 20 points against our defense. That's on you guys. That's on you guys because y'all brought Matt Eberflus to this damn team. But let's go ahead and jump into the third clip real quick so we can get this raw and uncut.
But what would you say to the critics who say at the very top with you and Jerry that there are no consequences to failures?
Yeah, I mean, we've got to continue to work at it, and there are consequences because we pay in our own ways, and I understand that. Obviously, an interesting dynamic in terms of the fact that we own the team and we're involved, but we think overall that's been a good thing, and we'll continue to be involved and work to get this thing right and ultimately get to what our team to where we want it to be.
So, Stephen Jones, how are you going to get the team to where you want it to be? As a matter of fact, where the hell do you want the team? Because there's been a lot of Dallas Cowboys fans over the years that have said you guys aren't interested in winning a Super Bowl, that you guys are interested in winning your pockets getting fatter. But you know what? Let's go ahead and get into this. Y'all ready for this raw and uncut? Y'all ready? Let's get it. Get ready for the Angry Cowboys fans, raw and uncut.
Man, keeping it real. Man, keep it real. That's real.
You know, Cowboys Nation, I hate to come to this situation like this, but it has to be said. I don't want to talk shit about somebody associated with the Dallas Cowboys, but when you're dragging the team down, you're dragging the team that I love so much down, you must go. It has to be said. This Dallas Cowboys team had the personnel to do great things this year. The offense had great players that showed up on the field. The defense ended up getting some dogs back from injury as well as in free agency and the trade block. Though we saw greatness from our offense under Brian Schottenheimer, we damn sure didn't see the reciprocation of greatness from our defense. All year long, Cowboys fans have been asking the question, is it the team or is it the scheme when it comes to this defense? During this season, there's only been one game, Cowboys Nation, where the Dallas Cowboys defense has held an opposing offense to less than 20 points, and that was against the Las Vegas Raiders. The freaking Las Vegas Raiders. A team that the Philadelphia Eagles dog-walked and didn't let them get on the board. And I mean, granted, they weren't playing their starting quarterback. I get that. But it is what it is, Cowboys Nation. During this season, 9 teams have been able to score 20 points or more against our Dallas Cowboys defense. 7 teams have scored 30 points or more against the Dallas Cowboys defense. And the thing that kills me is that some Cowboys fans will go out there and they'll tell you that this offense is the strength of the team, so they should be able to pick up the slack from the defense. Literally going into every single game, having to have a shootout with opposing offenses. So not only does the Dallas Cowboys offense have to game plan for the opposing defense, they also got a game plan for the opposing offense and what they're going to ultimately do against the Dallas Cowboys defense. It's like working first shift at a job and you have to go into the job and clean up behind third shift. Sure, the first shift is the shift that makes the most money and it's the most successful for the business, but you got to clean up after third shift? Hell no. Third shift should be doing their job. They should be cleaning up to make sure that when you come in on first shift, that your shift is spotless and that all you got to do is worry about your customers. What the defense needs to do is to do its damn job so that the offense can come into the game only having to worry about what they have to do. But this logic pretty much allows the defense to skate by without any type of accountability while putting the blame all on the offense, saying that they should be outscoring any team that comes our way because they're the strength of the team. I'm sorry, Cowboys Nation, but complimentary football doesn't work that way. Like each man has to do their job 100%. This also works on each side of the ball. The offense should only have to go out there and worry about the offense. They shouldn't have to go into the game worried about their offense, the opposing defense, and the lack of success that our defense brings. The sad part about this is the fact that we now have the personnel to be great on both sides of the ball. All sides of the ball, even special teams. Whether it's offense, defense, or special teams, we have the personnel to be better than what we put out on film this year. Who does that fall on, Cowboys Nation? If it's not the players, who does it fall on? Let's go up the ladder real quick. The next one is the position coaches, then it's the coordinators. Matt Eberflus is the reason why these men look inept this season. The crazy thing is, we should have known that this was going to be the outcome when Matt Eberflus was hired this past offseason. Not only did Jerry and Stephen Jones make the decision to hire Matt Eberflus, Brian Schottenheimer didn't. They knew that he was fired from the last two coaching gigs that he had, the Chicago Bears and the Indianapolis Colts. When Matt Eberflus was the Chicago Bears head coach, the Bears record was 14-32 before they let his ass go. In 2022, the Bears went 3-14. In 2023, they went 7-10. In 2024, the Bears went 4-8 until they ultimately got rid of his ass. But you know the old saying, right, Cowboys Nation? One man's trash is another man's treasure. And that's the philosophy that the Jones boys have employed for over 20 years. Thinking that they're the smartest guys in the room, Cowboys Nation. Thinking that all that would change just because Matt Eberflus has been a coach for the Dallas Cowboys before. Who cares, Cowboys Nation? But Kevin from KNC Masterpiece asked a great question, and that question was, what would you say to the critics who say that at the very top, you and Jerry, that there's no consequences for failure? And y'all know, Stephen Jones said a lot of nothing. He had a lot of word salad, a lot of words that accumulated to absolutely nothing but justifications. There is no consequences for failure for the owner/GM of this damn team. They can screw this team year in and year out and nothing be done about it. They can waste the primes of great players, great talent, and have zero consequences for it. They waste these players' prime years and then talk the fans into shit-talking those same players, knowing good and damn well a number of the failures comes off of Jerry and Stephen Jones's backs. But let's keep it a buck, Cowboys Nation. Did anybody see Stephen Jones on that walkie-talkie throughout the entire game against the Minnesota Vikings? Someone please tell me what the hell he was doing, because I got my tinfoil hat theory on what he was doing. My tinfoil hat theory is that Stephen was radioing down to Brian Schottenheimer to limit George Pickens' involvement so that they could use it against him in contract negotiations. Let's not act that this hasn't been a thing in the past when it comes to high-profile players looking for a payday, because it has. Dez Bryant, for instance. I can name a lot more, Cowboys Nation, but I won't get into that during this video. But this is absolutely why I'm on the tops of Jerry and Stephen Jones all the damn time, Cowboys Nation. And I know some conditioned-ass fans, they'll say, well, Jerry and Stephen Jones ain't out there throwing passes or throwing up blocks or catching the ball or running the ball. You know what they are doing, though, right? They're telling the coaches who to play. They're telling the coaches when to play those players. They're telling the head coach of the damn team which players should be dressing for the game instead of putting the best player out on the field. They're adding players and coaches that this team can absolutely do without, Cowboys Nation. Remember the trade for Trey Lance? What about Jonathan Mingo? But, I digress, Cowboys Nation. Until they realize that they are the ones that hinder this team, we'll see the same results year in and year out. Until they can swallow their pride and realize that they are the cancer to this team, then this Dallas Cowboys team will always be a regular season warrior. And I don't give a shit if Jerry's in front of the cameras doing his little thing. Promote this team like you always do. But how about leaving the coaching to the coaches? How about you leave the football part to the ones who actually know the X's and O's? If you're going to give someone a shot at being a head coach of the Dallas Cowboys, how about you allow them to actually coach the damn team and not be co-coach or assistant head coach? Brian Schottenheimer is only head coach in title alone. In reality, Schotty's basically what Al Harris was to this team, because the real head coach is Jerry and Stephen Jones, and that's unfair to the real coaches on this team, and it's unfair to the players that bust their ass every single day for this team. But this is why we have such an identity and culture problem within this team, because the ones who are supposed to be bringing the culture and identity, they're not allowed to fully bring it because the Jones boys interject their culture and philosophy on this team. Brian Schottenheimer didn't even have complete autonomy over his own coaching staff. They damn sure ain't gonna allow him to have any autonomy over the player personnel and the scheme of this damn team. They sitting there continuously firing coordinators, firing coaches, letting players go. Some fans continuously blaming the players on this team, especially Dak Prescott, when we've had the exact same outcome no matter who the quarterback or the head coach has been. When these fans can see who's been the constant in this Dallas Cowboys organization for the past 30 years, and until they have an epiphany, this shit is gonna stay the same way. Until they get their damn hands out of the cookie jar, our Dallas Cowboys are gonna stay where they're at. Until they realize that they are the barrier to this team's success, we will remain the team that has all the talent in the world, but can't somehow put it together and win a championship. But we got 3 games remaining, Cowboys Nation. 3 games until we take our place on the damn couch and watch everybody else go to the playoffs except for us. These 3 games should dictate whether Matt Eberflus has a job with the Dallas Cowboys or not next year. If the defense ends the year by having opposing offenses score 25 points or more on this defense, I truly believe that they should have the balls to tell Matt Eberflus to pack his shit and hit the road. What's that old saying, Cowboys Nation? I can do bad all by myself? The way our defense was schemed this year, we didn't have to have a defensive coordinator to do that shit. Brian Schottenheimer could have just sent the players out on the field and told them to play backyard football, and we could have got a better results than what Matt Eberflus gave us. So for the last 3 games, I'm going to need Matt Eberflus to do a hell of a lot better. Show Cowboys Nation why you should be the defensive coordinator for this damn team. Screw the buddy system. You should have a job because you can perform that job and not because you're buddy-buddy with the owner/GM of the damn team. So if our defense can come out and they can ball out for these last 3 games, I'll feel a little bit better in the decision to keep Matt Eberflus. If he has our guys out there getting 25, 27, 30, and 40 points dumped on their heads, Jerry and Stephen Jones better do what's right by the fans and by this team and by Dallas and Arlington itself, and let Matt Eberflus go. This has been your man, the Angry Cowboys fan. Once again, Cowboys Nation, I want to apologize for getting this video out late. I had to get my wife to surgery. I had to get her to the hospital, but she does feel better. Y'all continue the prayers. But what do you feel about Stephen Jones's interview with K&C Masterpiece? Did he answer their questions the way you would like him to answer them? Y'all know how we do. We always talk about it in the comments section. If you're digging this content and want to help get it out to even more Dallas Cowboys fans, drop a like on this video, share this content, and if you're on your mobile device, make sure you hype the video. Doing so will help me get this content out to even more Dallas Cowboys fans so they can come on over to the Angry Cowboys fan and represent our Dallas Cowboys with us. And if you are DC for life and you want to see Matt Eberflus in the unemployment line next year, hit that subscribe button. Hit the bell to be notified whenever I go live, release a video, podcast episode, or film breakdowns. And as far as the Madden 26 or College Football 26 gameplay, I started another channel, Angry Cowboys fan family. It is called the Angry Cowboys Fan Gaming Channel. This is where I'll be uploading Madden 26 and College Football 26 gameplay because it kind of throws my algorithm off when I upload it to this channel. So make sure you go over to the channel, hit that subscribe button, and we can get down on the gaming tip. You know, I'll put the link in the description. Let's go ahead and get that channel up to 1K. But this has been your man, the Angry Cowboys fan, and I'm out. And Matt Eberflus better be out too. Dang, Angry Cowboys fan, you done made it through the entire video. But if you want more content, you can definitely go to this video right here. Or if you want the latest episode of the Angry Cowboys Fan Podcast, you can go right here. But whatever you do, like, share, and subscribe to the channel, but remain DC for life.